There's something odd about starting a story at the end, especially when the world is falling apart, not with explosions or chaos, but in smaller, slower ways. Phones stop working, the internet fades, California disappears into the sea, and somehow a man named Chuck Krantz, an ordinary guy in a suit with a coffee mug, starts showing up on billboards, thanking him for 39 great years. But no one seems to know who he is. That's how the life of Chuck begins. Not with Chuck himself, but with people dealing with the strange world around them that seems to understand and know Chuck all the same. At first, it's confusing. Who is this man? Why is the world collapsing, and why does everyone seem just a little too calm about it all? But the film doesn't stay there. It jumps backwards like a photo album flipping in reverse. And in those earlier chapters, Chuck slowly comes into view. We see a moment of joy, Chuck dancing in the street, his moves unexpectedly graceful, charming the people around him. We see hints that something's wrong, headaches, signs of illness, and finally we meet him as a boy, shy, quiet, growing up with his grandparents after a terrible accident. He learns to dance. He learns to love numbers. He fears a locked room upstairs, and when he finally opens it, he sees something no kid should have to see. His own future. His own death. That's the story, told in reverse. A man dying of a brain tumor at 39. A whole life slowly folding in on itself. However, here's where the film takes a bold step. It suggests that every person holds their world inside them. Their memories, relationships, regrets, joys, everything that made them who they were. And when that person dies, their world shuts down, piece by piece. The stars go out, the power fades, people disappear, not because they didn't exist, but because they were part of that person's story. They mattered because they were remembered. The life of Chuck isn't about saving a world. It's not even about Chuck. In the way most movies are about their main character, it's about looking at life, one that seems ordinary on the surface, and realizing it meant something to Chuck, to the people around him, and maybe to us. The film's structure, 3 chapters told in reverse, can feel unusual, but it works because it mirrors how memory often works. We remember the most recent things first. Then something sparks an old moment, something further back, and slowly but surely we piece together the whole picture. Chiwetel Ejiofor stands out as Marty, a teacher trying to hold on to something real while this world crumbles around him. His senses feel honest, like someone trying not to panic but slowly realizing there's nothing left to hold on to. Tom Hiddleston as Chuck gets less time on screen than you might expect, but he brings a quiet charm to the role that feels so real and makes it feel like he's been the main character this whole time. He feels like someone you might have known, someone who tried to do good, someone who danced in the street once. Some moments feel light, almost cheerful, like that dancing, but they're always shadowed by the knowledge that things are slipping away. Chuck's story isn't a fantasy. It's not an action movie. It's more like flipping through an old yearbook and realizing how much you forgot, and how much it still means. Yes, some parts of the film don't land perfectly. Not every section hits with the same force. Not every chapter feels the same. The childhood scenes wander a bit, the pacing dips, and the story is about feeling more than it is logical. But that's also what makes it work. It's messy, personal, profound, and it meanders, but it feels like life. By the time the credits roll, the life of Chuck doesn't answer anything big. Questions about the universe, it's not scientific. It asks us just to look at one man's life and recognize something familiar within ourselves. The goodbyes, the birthdays, the late night conversations, the things we hold on to even when we think we've let them go. And maybe that's the point. Not that we want all things to be remembered, but that we already carry pieces of other people with us. People who have made us who we are. People who stayed. People who left. People we'll never see again. And when we leave, when we go, when we disappear, those pieces disappear with us. Not with a loud bang, but quietly, like lights switching off one by one. Thanks, Chuck.